All right, finally joining us on the couch is Uzodinma Okpechi. Now
You say it like that. It's Uzodinma Okpechi.
Wow.
Yeah, because finally he's here. Now you can continue.
Okay, let me breathe. His style and direction turned around the Nigerian music videos industry in the 90s, and that paved the way for a new generation of music video directors. And yeah, we appreciate him for that because we needed help back then. He currently does quite a lot more, yes?
Yes. Yeah, he does technical consulting for Africa's first teen television channel. He's the director of Healing with Maria, The Voice Nigeria, The Voice Africa, The Voice Kids. He has also shot numerous TV ads and produced radio commercials and video documentaries. He has, 17 TV movies for Africa, Magic original films, and also
You know what? He basically owns the screen.
He owns the industry.
Yeah.
And it's such a grand experience meeting you for the first time.
Welcome.
It's my pleasure being here once again. Yeah, I recall I was here 2 years ago. And I met these beautiful ladies, and it's nice meeting you for the first time.
Thank you very much. Your presence is not disappointing. This is what I expect.
Okay. Well, I'm glad.
I mean, you can walk through a wall and just keep on going.
He's a
big man. It's great to have you here. Growing up listening to and watching music videos from the 90s, your name was always everywhere. And to think that you were, let's face it, you were one of the forces that changed what music videos, in fact, what video production in Nigeria actually looks like right now. I have so many questions, but I don't want to lead with that. I'm just going to let you lead with something before I go into asking.
Just ask, Mazino.
Fantastic.
Just ask.
Music videos, videos in general, film production, everything right now in Nigeria. When you see it, how much of an impact do you think that you made? And if we were to remove you, and please don't be modest, and if we were to remove you from that equation, how far do you think we would have gone? Or how less of a distance would we have gone?
Well, you asked not to be modest, so I will try not to be modest. But let me quickly just say something here, and so we'll take it on from there. We owe this now, what is happening now in the industry generally, to the democratization of the production process of filmmaking. Because of that, power has been given to the people, So, but what has not been given to the people and may not or will not be given is the craft. So that's where you come in as the filmmaker. So it's one thing to be a filmmaker. It's another thing to be a good filmmaker. So being a good filmmaker is what we have as we are aspiring to be. And once we get there, we have to leave good behind to get better moving forward. So that is what happened during the days of my music videos. I wanted to be a good filmmaker. I knew where we were was not our final bus stop. I knew we could move forward. And in my own little way, I was able to say, hey, these things can be better with the same budget, in the same space, and the same cameras.
Fantastic.
I wasn't using anything exceptional. I was using what we had at the moment. I was using the same editing software as every other person, but the products were different. Why? I was intentional from beginning because I've always believed that filmmaking is a mindset. It's intentional. You either go in with the mindset of I want to beat my last job or I want to just go and do one other job or any other job or something like that. So it's that mindset that you go in that dictates what comes out at the end of the day.
I was thinking about the fact that there was a time that the cinema distribution companies were basically in charge of what movies were being produced. And because they would refuse to support things that were probably not comedy, probably not, so if you said you were coming with an epic to put in a cinema, you might not have got the support that you were looking for. Or am I wrong about this?
You're very correct about that. And I want to use Jagun Jagun as, an example because I saw that you guys just finished a review on it. The reviews have been good, some have been flawed and all that as expected of any literary or art work. But let's get something straight here. The democratization I talked about used to be about the production processes of filmmaking. These days, it has gone further. It has gone towards scripting. It has gone towards post-production. And it is now even in marketing and distribution. That is why a Jagun Jagun, like you said, is on a streaming platform, not in the cinemas. The space has been democratized. If not, it will have struggled, like you rightly said.
In the cinema.
I don't want to mention names, but we can't all be put in a basket and expected to shoot the same kind of things or the same kind of movies. Or it's a space. Everybody should be allowed, you know, to come out with what they want to come out with, because there are always people that are yearning for different types of things, as we have seen with the streamers, as we have seen with Prime Video, Netflix, and soon to come Paramount Plus and Hulu Plus and all that. It's a space that is yearning for authenticity, that is yearning for nuances, that is yearning for cinema. It is not just a space that wants anything to be cluttered and battered into. And I'm glad you went this way, because, hey, the cinemas now, not that I am making jest or anything, they are now really in business now. They know that this business wasn't what it used to be. They know that now to compete, they have to democratize that space. They have to expand their horizon and their views of, you know, how to get films, not only the films that they think that people will like, but other films that they didn't know that people will like we have seen with the streamers now. If you have checked something, I don't know whether you guys have noticed this. The streaming audience is different from the cinema audience.
Very, very.
And with all due respect to the cinema audience, I believe the streaming audience are a top-notch above the cinema audience, with all due respect.
Wow. I wanted to touch on something else. I don't know if you had something. The fact that we have these streamers now, we have given them a lot of kudos for infusing a lot of finance into the industry, giving storytellers a chance to actually tell stories and not just come and do skits inside film, like 10 skits together and put it in the cinema. It's no longer like that. But it does feel like we've given monopoly of our archive of content to people outside. It does feel like we've given away our library.
Like they're the ones curating it for us.
Exactly.
Now. Couldn't we have our own such service? I don't know if I'm on.
Yes.
All right. Another good point you just raised, but that has to do with levels of investment. I don't want to start telling you guys, I know you guys are well read and all that, about the levels of investments of Prime Video, of Hulu Plus, of Netflixes and the likes. They run into billions and billions and billions of dollars and all that. Who wants to do that here? Who will bear the cut? Everybody wants to go into oil and gas. That is a Nigerian phenomenon.
And politics.
I don't want to mention name again. It is only in Nigeria that you have a monopoly of a cable station. It's not supposed to be. Even the contender is a pretender. Yeah, that is just the truth.
I'll use that on Monday.
Yeah.
Contenders.
Yeah, it's a pretender. It is not even a contest at all.
So, being there from the start of video production, from music up until movies and everything, seeing the evolution that you have also been a part of, and seeing what it is now, where everybody, any young guy, and these kids are doing such beautiful work. They're simply using
cell phones,
little devices here and there, and they're putting together special effects and everything. They're doing skits that are like, wow, you can do this in Nigeria. Where do you see this evolution ending or going? What's it begin? What's it starting? Are we looking at an explosion when it comes to our expertise in the movie-making industry or filmmaking industry generally?
Yeah, I touched on being a good filmmaker and just being a filmmaker. That is where filmmaking is going. If you're not good, you're not going to survive this space. It's as simple as that. And don't forget, we are in the AI stage right now. I can easily just go into Google and say, ChatGPT, I am looking for such a script. This is the log line, and you have a short story told. And from there, you can pick up your pieces and you have a script and all that. It is not that simple if already you don't have your craft. It is not that simple if you haven't honed your craft. It is not that simple if you don't own your craft. It is not that simple if you haven't found your path as a filmmaker. Because at the end of the day, every good filmmaker must find his or her path. It is what will stand you aside. It is your style. It is your currency. And that is what will, take you out of your own sphere or the stratosphere and shoot you straight above it. Basic.
I was going to say, you know, even with the screenwriters strike in the US, you know, do you think we could ever get to a level here in Africa where we actually say, you know what, we're fighting against some certain issues, refusing to create content again? Do you think that could ever happen?
Yeah, it has happened before, but it's not on that scale. You know, SWGA is huge, it's Hollywood, and you know, media coverage and what have you and all. But we went through that in Nollywood. I don't know if you guys can recall that there was a time marketers blacklisted people like Genevieve, people like Ramsey Noah, and the rest. And they said because they were charging outrageous fees and all that, they never saw today. And, you know, the industry went on strike, you know, based as a result of that. And because of that, you know, there was a paradigm shift. They now started using actors from Ghana and all. But look at where it ended. With all due respect, now even Ghana, I don't think they have an industry. You know, so that
Gollywood.
I don't think, you know, we are always very quick in adding woods to things and all that. Don't forget that Nollywood didn't just come. It was a journalist of the New York Times, Norimishu Onishu, that named Nollywood. So it has a history. It is not something that just happened here.
Next time I'm making a script for one of my documentaries, I'm definitely going to give you a call. Please, that's so much knowledge in just 10 minutes. We have to talk plenty. That's very interesting. Great having you here, Uzo. But we're not done yet. We have to feed you before you go. So we're going to take you over to the kitchen in just about a bit. Let's do that now while we're seeing some of your clips and also pictures.